4.3 Properties of Logarithms, Day 1. Your learning goals are that you will be able to use the product rule, quotient rule, and power rule to expand logarithmic expressions. So these are the properties that you need to know. There are only 3 for expanding log expressions. The first one is the product rule. Basically, if you're taking the log of a product, you expand it. That means you're separating the terms with addition. If it is the quotient rule, you are separating the division with subtraction. And if it's a power rule, the exponent always comes down to the front of the log of the term that you're expanding. So those are the 3 rules that you need to know. In the first example, we're going to expand each logarithm. So we'll start with example A. Notice right now they are multiplying the terms. So when you expand them, it's kind of like distributing. You're going to separate the 7 and the 5 with addition. And notice my log base 4 did not change. For B, you're separating the 10 and the x with addition. Now remember, if you don't see a base, it's understood to be 10. So when you see bases that are exactly the same, remember that simplifies to 1. So this will be your final answer. C, I'm going to separate the 19 and the x, now using the quotient property with subtraction. And you can't simplify it, so that's as far as you can go. And then the same for D. I'm going to separate them with subtraction. But notice this base is also E. Remember, the base for natural log is E. So when the bases are the same, the answer is the exponent. So this will be the simplified answer. Example 1 continued. For E, this is now the power property. So the 4 has to go down front. So it will look like 4 log base 5 of 7. And that's as far as you can go. When you see a square root, you're going to immediately make this x to the 1/2. Then you can use the power property, putting the half in the front, and that's the simplified answer. For G, I'm going to rewrite this. The 4 gets the 5th power and the x. And then you're going to separate these 2 terms with addition. So you're going to be using the power property and the product property. So first I'm going to separate them with addition. Then I'm going to bring the power down front. And that's the simplified answer. H, same thing as F. I'm going to change that y, square root of y to the 1/2. Then I'm going to separate my terms using the power property, the product property. And then I'm going to use the power property. And that's my simplified answer. Now, I has a couple of things going on. Let me see if I can move this up. Oh, no, it won't let me. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is change the cube root to x to the 1/3. You have to be careful when you write it because only the terms get the division, not the log. Then I'm going to separate or expand my terms using the quotient property. So I have log base 6 x to the 1/3 minus log base 6 36 minus log base 6 y to the 4th. Now I'm going to use the power property, but notice right here, this means 6 to the what power is 36, so that is 2. So when I write my final answer, it's going to be 1/3 log base 6 minus 2 minus 4 log base 6 y. Oh, I forgot my x. Don't forget your, and that's the final simplified answer for I. And then the last example, notice there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms that I am expanding. Okay, so just remember, 5 terms. All right, so here we go. Log of 100 plus log x cubed plus log, watch what I do with this, 5 minus x to the 1/3, because that's what cube root means. All right, everything on the bottom gets the minus because it's the quotient. Minus log 3 minus log, watch this, x plus 7 to the 2nd power. There are your 5 terms that you're expanding. Now remember, if you don't see a base, it's always 10. So this really means 10 to the what power is 100. Remember, you count the zeros, and it's 2. Plus, I'm going to bring that power down front. Plus, I'm going to bring this power down front. And notice, don't change the parentheses. Minus, I can't do anything with log 3. Minus, I'm going to bring this 2 down to the front. And then that's your final answer.